Welcome to Nimsys Tech. So we will going to discuss about arrays in detail through programming. It's very important. First thing I will going to tell you regarding arrays. Basically, arrays are called as homogeneous elements. It will going to collect the homogeneous. We basically will call it as a collection of homogeneous elements. Arrays are again aggregate data type. These are all called as aggregated data type. Again derived data type. These are also called as derived data type. So I will show you the syntax of array. That is very simple. Syntax that is equal to syntax. We'll show you the syntax. Let's put the comments over here. Double comments. Okay, single comments. So syntax will be like this: data type, data type. Again, array name. We have to give the array name. Array name. Again, we have to mention the size of the array for variable. Array name is a variable here. Size we have to mention. So we have to mention within the square brackets. Something like you mention the size here. Size. That's it. Semicolon. So this is the syntax for the arrays. Data type, again array name, again size. That's it. Very simple and easy one. Again, one more important thing we need to understand here. Suppose example, if we take a array variable, how we will going to declare, how we will going to define, all those things we will going to discuss here. First thing, so we can able to initialize directly. We can able to initialize. There are a number of method is there to initialize the arrays. So one by one we will going to see that one. So first method one we will going to see. So using one dimensional declaration. So we will going to see that one. So what we will going to do? So here we have a main function. Here we will going to go. So I will take an array. So saying that integer type. Okay, array name is ARR with size that is 5. So that is equal to flower brackets we need to open here. So within the flower brackets you have to type uh, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So we can able to see there are 5 elements are there: 1 2 3 4 5, because the array size is 5. So 1 indicates index 0, 2 indicates index 1, 3 indicates index 2, 4 indicates index 3, 5 indicates index 4. Finally, semicolon. This is method 1. This is method 1. So initialize the array and as well as declare the array. This is method 1. So there is another method. So like this also we can able to initialize as well as we can able to declare array. So nothing but first we have to take the data type integer array. Okay. So here what I will going to do, I will going to declare like this without using size. Without using size, I am declaring a array. So now I will want to mention the elements here. So example 10 comma sorry 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 semicolon. So this is the best way we can able to do it. So this is another way we can able to declare an array as well as we can able to initialize the values here. And basically this is not that much preferred. Okay, basically we will going to prefer too much because it gives an advantage. Suppose if I increase the elements also, so by default it will understand how many elements are there, that much size is available in the array, it will going to understand. So that is the reason why this is a very good method, as well as it gives a preferred method as plus advantage also. So this is the method method 2, I will say. Again I will going to give you one more method. So that is method 3, integer uh, array 5. So that is equal to, or semicolon you take it. So here I will going to initialize like this ARR 0, that is equal to, enter some values 10 semicolon. Again, just I will want to copy these things because it takes a lot of time. So array of 1, I will going to say 20. Again, array of 2, I'll go consider as a 30 here. Again, ARR 3, I will going to consider as 40 here. Okay, again one more. So this is the fifth index. So that is index 4. So that is 50. So this is also one method. We can able to declare like this. Again, we can able to initialize the values like this. This is the initialization. This is our declaration. You can able to see this. Here also, this is our declaration. This is my initialization. Okay, this is our declaration. This is my initialization. So this is method number 3. So there is one more method we can able to use. Another method, that is, so what I will going to do, same thing I will going to say integer ARR array of 5 semicolon. Here I will going to use the iterator, that is called it as for loop. Using for loop, I will going to collect the elements into the memory. How far? For from the index 0, I am going to collect the elements. I is equal to 0. Nothing but 0 is nothing but index 0 I am talking about. Okay. Again, semicolon. I is less than 5. Less than 5 is nothing but, so up to 4, up to index 4, it will going to collect the elements. Nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So within this in this index, you will going to have the elements. That is what exactly. Again, semicolon. Here I will going to show you why we need to increment, because every time I will going to call the index number. In that index number, we will going to enter the value. Later we will going to increment the value. So again, incremented means it will become from 0 to 1. So in that one index, we will going to enter the element. That is also one way. That is the reason why we will going to do the increment I. So here what I will going to do, to collect the data, we will going to have a function that is scanf function. Using scanf function, what I will going to do, so we need to mention percentage, because if you are collecting the integer, you have to mention the percentage d. If you are collecting character, you have to mention the percentage c. If you are collecting floating point, use the percentage. Yeah. Again, address of ARR of I. So why I'm taking I, because we need a iterator. Okay, so that's why I mentioned very clearly I is equal to 0. For this, what we have to do, just to mention the iterator value, iterator type is integer. That's it. This is also one way we can able to use to declare the array. So here this is method number 4. Method number 4. Method 4. Okay. Again, so there is a something like this. We should not declare in such a way that. So I will going to explain about that. So another method here. So why we should not do like this? So why not like this? So that is very very important. So here what I will going to do? I will going to take an array, integer array of the size is 10 here. That is equal to, open the square lower brackets here. Never leave the initialization empty. This should not be empty. It should not, never it should not be empty. So this is one reason, because if you are keeping the empty means it will not understand. So what are the elements? At least one element you need to declare here. So otherwise it will be a 0. So nothing, no elements is there. It is a empty array. So like that. So this is better. Never ever do like this. This is not acceptable. That is one thing we need to understand here. Again, one more we can able to see. This is direct initialization. We can able to see direct. Basically, we will call it as designated. So this is very very important. Designated initialization. Designated initialization. How to do this one? So that is also very important. Let's see this one. So we'll see here. Integer. Data type is integer here. So I will going to take array name, array variable name here. So that is, let's take ARR as array variable. Uh, this is, I will going to say something like 15. The size is 15. So what I will going to do, I given the size is 15. I will going to open the flower bracket here. I will going to mention like this. 1, comma, 0, comma, 0, comma, 0, 0. Again here I will going to mention 2, again, comma. Again, rest of the things I will want to say 0, uh, comma 0, comma 0, 0, comma 0, comma 0, again 0. So you can able to say 15 elements are available in this way. 15 integer values are available. Designated is nothing but at the particular index we are mentioning the values. In the index 0, I am mentioning the value 1. In the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the index 0, or the index 5, you can able to see the element that is 2. So like that, designatedly we can able to initialize the value. This is also one method. Again, there is another method. You can able to see this one. See here what I will going to do. I will going to remove these things here. So I will say like this. A half, uh, like this. I will going to say 0, index 0 is equal to 1, again, comma, again, index 5, again, that is equal to, you can mention 2. So like that. Above you can able to see, sorry, above you can able to see at the index was 0 you have value 1, at index 5 you have value 2. Rest of the elements will be 0 commonly. So if you are declaring the array globally, that will be, you will going to have a default value 0. If you are declaring the array locally, the default value will be garbage value. This is very very important. You need to understand about these things. So let's write a small program how to access the array. It's very simple and easy one. Let's see that one. So let's see, we can able to see we have taken the array here. So integer ARR is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 like that. So how to access this one, each and every element? So it's very simple, using iterator. Using iterator method, we can able to do this one. So what I will going to do for, okay, I will going to say integer. If you want, you can declare here. If you want another for iterator, I need a variable that is integer I. If you want it, you can able to declare here, no problem. For I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, again I plus plus. Now what I will do, I will going to open this one, printf. Here I will say percentage d. The elements are, you can able to print like this. The elements in the array are like this. here percentage d, again comma, here we can able to say ARR of I. That's it. Okay, let's build this one. I don't think so. We don't have any errors. Let's run this one. You can able to see. So it is getting a little bit clumsy. So what we're going to do, we're going to give the next line over here. Better. Now you're going to get it better. So let's see the elements in the array are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is how you're going to print the element. You will going to access the element from the memory using array method. So there is another method you can able to see how to initialize the array. So integer ARR of I declared the size, that is 5. Again, here what I did, I taken the iterator for variable I, printf, enter the 5 elements into the array. For I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus, scanf. Using scanf, I will want to collect the elements from the keyboard. Okay, percentage D, ARR, address of ARR, I. So what I will going to do, I will going to print the elements here. You want, I will going to make one more thing. Print F for so here same iterations will be done here. For I is equal to 0, I is less than 5. Again, finally, the elements are at the index. Each and every index will be printed 0 to 5. So 0 to 4. Again, I will going to be printed as well as array number value will be printed. Let's see that one. So enter the array of elements. 5 elements you will going to enter now, right now. So enter the array. So that is first element I will going to enter 10. Second 55, third 33, fourth 44, again 100. So these are my elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are there. Enter, hit enter. Now the elements in the array are, you can able to see, just a moment. So we got the output, but put the next line here. You're going to get the better view. So let's going to take array number, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So these are all my elements. The elements in the array you can able to see at the index 0, 10 is there, 1, 20 is there, 2, 30 is there, 3, 40 is there, 4, 50 is there. So this is how you are going to access the elements from the memory. So for writing the elements, nothing but reading the elements from the memory. So this is what exactly we are going to use. Again, to read the elements, okay, to write, this is for to write the elements on the display. Okay, this is for to read the elements into the memory. So these for loops are used. So thank you very much.